My name's Paul Vandermeer and I'm your host today. And we're talking with Marina Quain, who is a candidate for councillor in the City of Bunbury.
Yeah, hi, how are you?
I'm very well, thanks, Marina. Thank you very much for joining us on Forrest.Chat SoapBox. It's great to have you here.
Thank you. Thanks for
Yeah,
inviting me.
my
So,
pleasure.
so you straight into the elevator pitch?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do that. Okay, let me tick all the right boxes. Let's go.
So, yeah, my name is Marina Quain. I'm a candidate for the City of Bunbury in the 2025 local government elections. I've just finished my first term, so 4 years as a councillor, and I am seeking support to continue serving on council and being your strong voice on council. So I'm pledging to continue to be a productive councillor who's committed to advocate for you and our community groups. I have the time to commit to this role, and that is what I want to do. I want to be the conduit between the electors and council. So please vote in their local government elections, and please, I really would appreciate your top 4 votes for the City of Bunbury Council. Thank you.
So there are 4 positions available.
Yes, there is, and 13 candidates.
Yeah, that's a lot of interest in the position. So you're in a pretty good position because you've already had people support you sufficiently to get you in the door. What's been the most exciting thing that you've done with the council?
Back in 2017 is when I started lobbying for more indoor courts in Bunbury for all the indoor sport groups. So I've been on this journey now for quite a while, and I decided back in 2017 I actually needed to get onto council to be part of the decision making process. So I will be honest that was my initial driver to get onto council, so I could, follow the progress of that project. And I'm very proud to say that in 2021 we got an election commitment of $8 million, and then in 2025 Premier Roger Cook announced another 17.7 million. So the Bunbury Basketball Association, who I'm the secretary, now have 25.7 million to build an indoor court stadium at Hay Park. So that job is now pretty much going to run its course, and I'm very proud to say that it's a viable project now. So getting onto council, so I was able to be in front of the mayor and CEO and councillors to make sure that project was prioritised. So I can comfortably tick that box, and now I want to continue the good work that we're doing on council in that community, and I really would like the support to be re-elected.
That's a huge effort. Congratulations on getting that one through. And you're talking like 8 years worth of work.
Yeah, it has been a journey, that's for sure.
I think like anything in local government, nothing happens like immediately. But
No, definitely if it's not got any funding.
yes, interesting. We'll talk a little bit about funding things later on with some of the questions. But well done on getting that through. That is amazing.
Yeah, very proud of that achievement. And I mean, it's a team effort. So in the last, year or so, there's been a bulk of work done by the president and the vice president and the treasurer of the association, along with the City of Bunbury staff and also the project manager, Okra.
Yeah, so it's not just the Shire getting involved. Obviously, the Basketball Association and I'm not sure exactly how that part of the process works, but the project management side as well. I gather the council requires some other expertise, does it?
Yeah. So the City of Bunbury are putting contributing to the project. So they're doing all the restructuring of the roads and the utilities, putting that in place. So they have, I think, 4 million in the budget to contribute to the utilities and roadworks. And then the state government commitment of 25.7 million is actually for the stadium. And we're hoping to be able to build 6 indoor courts, and 4 which will be multi-use, which is netball and basketball.
Fantastic. And then basketball will have a fantastic home here in Bunbury.
Ah, so needed, so needed.
Is it
And the community will also benefit from having that extra indoor court facility. Yeah, it's a win-win for everyone.
Yeah, I don't follow ball sports much at all, but I gather that who was the team? The Wildcats, was it?
Yeah, the Wildcats and the female team, the Lynx.
So their potential to come down if we've got this facility, is that part of the
Yeah,
game?
absolutely. Every
Fantastic.
opportunity is on the table, I'm sure. So
Excellent.
the Basketball Association will be owning the stadium, and no doubt they will run it as a business, so they'll need to make a profit. Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent. Oh, that's fantastic news and something to look forward to. There'll be building and all that stuff going on. Fantastic.
Yeah. So needed. So needed. We've only got 3 courts that the association has access to in Bunbury, and that at Southwest Sports Centre, which is shared by other community groups and the city-run netball program.
Fantastic. Oh,
Yeah.
well, excellent. Congratulations. Shall we move along to the next thing, which what led you to choosing to become a candidate? We've almost answered that.
Yeah. So pretty much, I'm really keen to be re-elected. I really enjoy being on council. I really enjoy helping people achieve their goals and get their questions answered. A lot of people come to me with concerns or questions, or how can I get this for my community group? And I'm in a really great position based on my experience and access to information to provide an answer and advocate for community groups and our community members at a ground level, which I think is so important. And that's, I think, a very valued part of my role as a councillor. And then there's also, having input on the strategic plan and the future of the city. It's such an honour to be in that position.
There's some big questions there too, aren't there?
Absolutely. I mean, strategic direction of the city, and you've got to take the community along on the journey. So increasing engagement with the community and council is also a priority of mine. Like, for example, in the local government elections, we'll be lucky to get 30-40% people actually vote, because it's not compulsory. So I really would like to get the community to be more engaged with council. So that is also something I continue to prioritise.
Yes, looking at the market surveys that I'm not sure if all of the councils around the state do it, but certainly the 6 councils down here in from Harvey down to Augusta Margaret River, they all get the community engagement surveys through Market.
Yep.
And the community engagement aspect of those is very telling. That shows there seems to be little connection between the community and the councils. Would that be fair to say?
Yep, 100% agree. I mean, we have, 32,000 approximate residents in the city of Bunbury, and I'm trying to think off the top of my head, I don't think there was much more than 2,000 surveys submitted. So that's not, in my opinion, not a great representation. But it did have a very clear message what those top 5 priorities are for the community, and one, be homelessness and housing solutions and CBD activation and vision. That's the ones that come to my mind at the moment.
Yeah, they're all big questions, aren't they?
Yeah.
All right. So what makes you a great candidate, Marina?
I do believe what makes me a great candidate is that I'm very approachable. I answer so many emails. I'm always out in the community. I'm involved in so many community groups and very diverse community groups. I've been the secretary for Bunbury Basketball for 10 years. I've been the secretary for Bunbury Geograph Chamber of Commerce for 5 years. This is my first year as secretary for the Southwest Soccer Association and also Doors Wide Open. I'm on the committee for the Bunbury Women's Club. I joined Greater Bunbury Rotary about a year ago. I'm on the youth committee. I joined the Zonta Club of Bunbury, and I'm on the advocacy committee, and it's been about 3 years now. I'm a member of BNI referral leaders for just over a year, and on the committee for Smart to Ask, which is an annual free event for people doing it tough. So I've really put myself out there and engaging in the community so that I can get the best direction on what people are wanting from the community and what their concerns are. So I think it's very important for a councillor to be actively involved in the community so they don't have this disconnection.
You're doing a lot.
Here I am.
Yeah, that's an incredible amount of community engagement, and it's quality community engagement as well, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
you're dealing with people who are doing the stuff in the community.
Oh, absolutely. And it's not just sport. I'm well known for sport. So I've had to but I chose to diversify away from sport so I can get a better spectrum, better input from the community. So yeah, being involved with the Chamber of Commerce, I really value that role that I play, and also the Bunbury Women's Club. I go there and play bridge and mahjong and communicate with the members there. They have 100 members. It's a fantastic club. And then Doors Wide Open. They do an amazing job in our community, along with other not-for-profit groups that are there to help people doing it tough. With the homelessness issues that we're facing, we really, need to support these organisations that are trying their best to help out where they can.
Homelessness is an amazingly complex topic to even get your head around, because there are so many people involved and they come into it from so many different aspects, and they need different stuff out of it in order to get themselves out if they want to, because some of them don't want to as well.
Yeah, it's a broad spectrum of homelessness, that's for sure.
Yes. Okay. And of course, you also have the experience of your current involvement, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I understand the process and I understand the limitations, and I also understand, the capacity of council and the city. Yeah. That 4 years is certainly I've had my eyes opened, and I've certainly enjoyed the learning and definitely the opportunity, and I would love to continue to do the good work on council. Such an honour.
Fantastic. Great to hear. We'll move along to some scenarios then. So we're going to have a look at 4 different scenarios here, Marina, and what we're asking is, what do you see as the council's role, and what drives your voting position? So the first one of those is an example which has been happening in Harvey, at least, newly proposed high-density development, so housing development, impacting amenity for residents in an existing low-density estate. How do you get your head around that and do something worthwhile with it?
Yeah, I can understand the complexity of this situation, and I followed what was happening in the Harvey Shire. And my immediate thoughts that come to mind is that a proposal like this is definitely going to be more than $5 million. So if a project's worth more than $5 million, it goes straight to JDAP. which is not involved with the City of Bunbury Council. So we don't, as a councillor, we don't have a lot of input. So all I can do if someone has any concerns about this is listen to their concerns and point them in the right direction so they can make input on the JDAP application. So if I'm not on the JDAP panel as the councillor representative, there's not a lot I can do other than advise and direct.
Okay, you've pulled out a bit of jargon there, Marina. What's JDAP?
It's the joint development application process. So it's a state government body. So it basically, in my opinion, has taken the power away from local government to process development applications of over $5 million. Yeah.
That's a pretty low threshold, isn't it, for
Yeah, it
removing
is.
that capability from the local council?
Yeah, like for example, the Services WA or Centrelink building in the CBD in Bunbury. That went through the JDAP process. And I was this is before I was on council, being a member of the Bunbury Women's Club, which is directly next door, that new building had a huge impact on the Bunbury Women's Club, especially their right of way access. So I actually submitted my submitted my thoughts on that project and also spoke at the hearing as to why I objected to the right of way access. So I'm very experienced, I believe, in JDAP process.
All right, fantastic. We'll move on to the next one, shall we?
Yep.
Restricting dog access to parks and beaches. So particularly beaches is happening in Bustleton at the moment.
Yeah, so I believe there's, over 6,000 registered dogs in the City of Bunbury. We're very lucky that we do have an enclosed off-leash dog area near Hay Park, and we are blessed with our beautiful beaches along the coast of the City of Bunbury. Restricting dog access to parks and beaches, you'd have to get a good community consultation on that one, because I think it would be a very hot topic and there would be a lot of backlash from the community. So if they were considering restricting, then you would want to then have an alternate option of where people could take and exercise their dogs.
I have a friend from the Australian senior sits, and they have issues with allowing their dog to get out and run, and they're a little handbag dog, so
Yeah,
they
there's not
still
a
need
lot
to
of
run.
Yeah, there's not a lot of places that are enclosed that you can take your dogs. So we're very lucky in the City of Bunbury that we have the enclosed dog area near Hay Park, which state government helped expand and improve. It's a lovely little facility, and I'd like to see more of that around the community, around the southwest, because there's a lot of dog owners, and you need to be able to provide facilities for them to exercise their dogs.
Yeah, if you're saying around 6,000 dogs, about and 30 odd thousand people, so what's that? About 1 in 5 homes or something?
Yeah, and we're guilty. We have 2 dogs. We have Benny and Leo, much loved Roodles.
Oh, fantastic! They're good dogs too. Good ones to have.
Yeah.
All right. The next one, a sporting group that leases council-owned facilities applies to the city for funding to expand their kitchen and dining facilities to commercial grade.
Yep. So the City of Bunbury, I believe, are very proactive in their sporting facilities. Very generous that our sporting groups have a zero value lease. That's really appreciated. So when community groups, even sporting facilities, sporting groups that want to improve their sporting facilities, there is access to the CSRFF funding, which is a third. So the club would have to come up with a third of value or in kind, and then the City of Bunbury would come up to a third of that project, and then the state government sports Department of Sport would come up with the other third. So we have our sport and recreation plan, which is about to come back to council for to be adopted. There's been a few updates in the last 5 years, so that would rank where the need is in the community for the different sporting facilities. So, but with regard to this example of a kitchen and dining facility upgrade, you would have to ask the club if have they got the funds for that third contribution, or what, how can they contribute, and then also you would ask the staff to compile an extensive report as to how necessary this is, and can we afford to put it in our budget. So yeah, there's quite a few questions to be asked. But yeah, definitely pro empowering our community groups to improve their facilities. I think it's very important.
Excellent. That's good. I'm sure any sporting group, knowing that there is a pathway for that, helps them to work out whether it's the right thing for them to do or not.
Oh, 100%. Yep. Anything that improves the capacity of a sporting group or any community group, it's so needed, and it's very welcomed. And especially with our growing population, and our facilities, some of them are quite old and need upgrading. So yeah, definitely pro building the capacity of our sporting groups and community groups.
Excellent. Shall we move on to the next one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Righto. Excuse me. So in this question, the city seeks to increase economic activity within its borders. How do you propose for the city to facilitate the growth? Now, if you need money for this, that's the next question.
So the City of Bunbury have an economic development plan, which outlines their strategic direction, and how they intend to achieve their direction. So what I can say about economic development, that comes with increasing our rate base. In my opinion, that's probably the biggest driver. So we need to increase our housing, so we can gather more rates, and also investment in the city. So investment from commercial. For example, there's a couple of options available for attracting hotels. And with that, then will becoming a huge increase in our economic rate base if that came to fruition. And then also, so you've got the economic development from commercial income, but they're also bringing more people to the City of Bunbury, more visitation. Then that helps our local businesses, our our CBD. So all these also all these projects that we have in the pipeline, if they came to fruition, they also have a part to play in the economic development of our city and our livability. So a lot of these projects, they also need funding, and I have to say we rely on the state government a lot for funding some of the projects that we would like to implement. So, like for example, the Bicentennial Square, that's the latest project that's out for public consultation. That will definitely be needing state government funding to assist getting it off the ground, as with the ocean pool, and as with the purpose-built art gallery. And then also there's a community group lobbying for a artificial surf reef. So all these great projects, they need funding. So where's that going to come from? So that's my big question.
Yeah. So that's it. Sounds like the hand is out to the state government mostly for that sort of thing.
Absolutely.
Oh, what do we have here? The what characteristics of the city do you see can contribute to the economic growth?
Um, I'm a huge fan of the City of Bunbury. I've been living here for 25 years. We've raised our children here, they're now young adults. So the livability of our city and the climate and the opportunity for work. You know, there's so much industry around Bunbury. So that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to come to Bunbury, not because my family, my siblings are here, but because of the opportunity for work. There's so much industry around Bunbury, so the livability, the income, I love it. I love living in Bunbury.
Yeah, it's a great place. I'm in Australind myself, but we had a list when we came here a couple of years ago, and it ticked almost every box that we had. So, you know, when you look at what do you actually want to have around you and that sort of thing. So I
Yeah.
I appreciate having all of that. And then in Australind we go, well, if it's not here in Australind, it's in Bunbury.
Yeah, and the sense of community. I still feel like Bunbury is like a big country town because I'm from Noangarup, from a farming community 3 hours inland. So that sense of community, I still see it in Bunbury. So if anyone's needing anything, there's always somebody that's willing to help. And you know that, and the volunteering is, I think it's still is thriving in Bunbury. So the livability is second to none. I love it.
Excellent. Now, the other one, where does the economic growth come from or who creates it? You mentioned the example of the hotels and you talked about industry. Is there anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, that's the main drivers for economic growth is investment, external investment, commercial, industry, state government. So they're the main drivers initially, and then we can capitalize on that with our livability and all the great things of our community. Bunbury's the best kept secret in my opinion, but I think we're on the cusp. It's going to change, so brace yourself.
Well, hopefully it'll change for the positive. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of new people coming into the country. We seem to be packing people in everywhere, don't we?
Yeah.
All right. We'll move on to the next one. Marina, this is where we're looking for your position on a number of things. Or did we miss one? I think we missed one.
No.
How will you? No, we did that, didn't we?
Yeah, we've done that one.
We talked
That
about
econo-
that. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So, Marina, now we're looking at your position on some issues or things that go on. So, the first one we're looking at is drag queen story time in our libraries.
Yeah. So my gut tells me that in what context? I don't think this is appropriate around children, in my opinion. But if it was adults and they like that type of environment, that's fine. But I don't think young children need to be exposed to this at such a young age, or you definitely need to have parental consent.
Okay, fantastic. The next one we have is welcome to an acknowledgement of country.
Huge in favour of acknowledgement of country. The Local Government Act also is a requirement that we do an acknowledgement to country every time we have a meeting. Hugely in favour.
All right. And the next one is biasing purchases towards local businesses.
Every time, every day. Support local, buy local. Absolutely.
All right, fantastic. The city buying, selling land or property within the city.
Yep. So this has to happen, especially if the city needs to raise money. So this capacity of the city to be able to do this so that they can proceed with projects. I 100% support this, but it has to have a strategic plan, and it has to have be economically viable and for the benefit of the community, and also to be great to have community input as well.
Fantastic. And excuse me, when the evidence presented is not the full story.
So there's opportunity at council to ask questions. So when a motion is put forward and the staff present the background information to support the motion, so there's opportunity for councillors to ask questions, and then the staff have to provide the answers in order for us to make a very informed decision at the following OCM, Ordinary Council meeting. So there is opportunity for councillors to ask questions. So that's how you get the full story.
So you can get as much of the story as is available, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to make well-informed decisions.
Excellent. Now that's the end of the questions, Marina. Is there anything more that you would like to mention?
I just really would encourage people to take the time to vote, to carefully consider the candidates, to actually take out the ballot paper from the envelope, read all the nominations, read all the pictures, and really consider where you vote and how to vote, because it's preferential voting now. So, for example, the City of Bunbury, there's only 4 positions and 13 candidates. So you can either put number 1 in your top preference, or you can go 1, 2, 3, 4 for your top 4 preferred candidates, or you can go 1 to 13, or if you're going to do a tick, you can only do 1 tick. So I just really encourage people to please vote, and then more importantly, put the ballot paper back into the envelope as it is, and then take it to the post office or take it to the City of Bunbury office and actually submit it. So I think it's such an important opportunity to vote. It's our democratic right. And if you don't vote, then don't complain if the council's not doing what you want. You have to be actively involved. So please, all I ask is please vote. Thank you.
It's so important. I did an introductory video for this, and one of the things I did was go through that Local Government Act and look at the reasons why you do want to vote. So that's another
So
video in
important.
the series. Yeah.
Oh, it's so important. I mean, you see all these people on Facebook, keyboard warriors, complaining about this and complaining about that. And you got to ask them, did you actually vote? And why don't you consider putting your hand up and getting onto council and being part of the process? You know, it's so important to be actively involved in leadership in your community.
Absolutely. And also attending the council meetings.
Absolutely. I pride myself on, I think I'm over 90% with my attendance. I did have a couple of meetings off, but yeah, it's so important. See, I have the time. I don't work, so I have the time to commit fully to council. So there's no excuse why I can't turn up generally.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Marina. It's been wonderful having a chat and finding out more about you and your tilt at becoming a councillor again for a repeat session.
Yeah, well, thank you for this opportunity. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. I'll zip through the outro now. It would be great if our listeners could share the Forrest.Chat SoapBox links. I'll put them down in the description for the posts. And if you want to get emails about Forrest.Chat SoapBox things that are going on, sign up at that Forrest.Chat/soapbox. Just type that into your web browser and you'll see the other things that I do there as well. If you're making a comment on Facebook, it would be very helpful if you make a comment and include the term @highlight. And this is what it looks like. And just select that, and that'll help to share the show amongst different people. If you could watch my transparency statement, it's the introduction video, and it's available at all of those links. And if you want to know more about my background, you can either watch it or read the description, because it's a transcript. Doing all these live streams and so on does take some financial effort, and it would be great to have some help with that. I'm looking to get some paid streaming subscription services, and looking there at between about $300 and $650. So any contribution you can make towards that, if you could do that via PayPal to hello@Forrest.Chat, or just get in touch with me at hello@Forrest.Chat, and that would be very much appreciated. Wonderful. Thank you very much, Marina, and wonderful to meet and catch up.
Yeah, thank you. I'll see you later.
See ya.